In the vibrant heart of the 12th century, a remarkable convergence of cultures was underway in Sicily. The island, a crossroads of the Mediterranean, pulsed with Norman, Arab, and Byzantine influences. It was a time of extraordinary intellectual curiosity and artistic patronage. At the center of this world was the court of King Roger II, a ruler of immense ambition and vision. His palace in Palermo was a beacon of learning, attracting the finest minds from across the known world. Among the scholars, poets, and scientists, one man stood out for his profound knowledge of the world. His name was Abu Abdullah Muhammad Al-Idrisi Al-Qurtubi Al-Hassani Al-Sabti, known to history simply as Al-Idrisi. Born in Ceuta in the year 1001, Al-Idrisi was a descendant of the Hammadid dynasty. His noble lineage afforded him an exceptional education in Cordoba, the intellectual heart of Al-Andalus. He traveled extensively from a young age, his journeys taking him across North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula. He ventured as far as the shores of Anatolia, witnessing the diversity of lands and peoples. These travels were not mere sightseeing, they were a rigorous collection of data. He spoke with merchants, sailors, pilgrims, and soldiers, gathering first-hand accounts of distant regions. He meticulously recorded details about trade routes, local customs, and the natural world. His reputation as a brilliant geographer and polymath grew with each passing year. It was this reputation that reached the ears of King Roger II in far-off Sicily. The Norman king, himself a man of great intellect, was fascinated by the world beyond his kingdom. He sought to create a definitive and modern description of the entire known world. Roger II was dissatisfied with the existing geographical works, which he found to be incomplete and contradictory. He dreamed of a project that would synthesize all available knowledge into a single, coherent vision. To achieve this monumental task, he knew he needed the greatest geographer of his time. An invitation was dispatched, summoning Al-Idrisi to the cosmopolitan court of Palermo. Al-Idrisi, intrigued by the king's ambition and the promise of intellectual freedom, accepted the offer. He arrived in Palermo around the year 138, marking the beginning of an extraordinary collaboration. The king and the geographer, a Christian and a Muslim, forged a powerful partnership based on mutual respect. Roger II provided Al-Idrisi with unlimited resources and a dedicated team of researchers. The project began not with drawing, but with a massive undertaking of data verification. Roger II and Idrisi established a commission to interview countless travelers. They sought out individuals who had journeyed to the farthest corners of the known world. The commission was instructed to discard any information that was not corroborated by multiple sources. Only accounts that were logical, consistent, and widely agreed upon were accepted as fact. For 15 years, this rigorous process of research and verification continued. Al-Idrisi synthesized the new information with the classical knowledge of Ptolemy and other ancient geographers. He critically examined the works of his predecessors, correcting their errors and updating their knowledge. The result of this immense effort was a comprehensive book on geography. It was titled Kitab Nuzhat al-Mushtaq fi Iraq al-Afaq, or a diversion for the man longing to travel to far-off places. This monumental text was more than just a collection of descriptions. It was a systematic encyclopedia of the world. It described the physical, cultural, political, and economic conditions of each region. The world was divided into 7 climate zones, a concept inherited from Greek tradition. Each zone was then subdivided into 10 sections, creating a detailed grid of 70 regions in total. But the crowning achievement of the project was the visual representation of this knowledge. King Roger II commissioned the creation of a massive disc of solid silver. This disc was said to be nearly 2 meters in diameter and weighed over 150 kilograms. On this shimmering surface, the culmination of their work was to be engraved. This was the Tabula Rogeriana, the Book of Roger in physical form. It was a breathtaking work of art and science, a testament to their shared vision. The work depicted the world from the Canary Islands in the west to the eastern shores of Asia. It showed the entire Eurasian continent and the northern part of Africa in unprecedented detail. One of its most distinctive features was its orientation, with the south at the top. This was a common practice in Islamic scholarship of the era, reflecting a different worldview. The Tabula Rogeriana was far more accurate than any previous work of its kind. It incorporated knowledge from Arab merchants, Norman voyages, and classical sources. The level of detail was astonishing, showing rivers, lakes, mountains, and major cities. It was a synthesis of empirical observation and scholarly tradition. The completion of the Tabula Rogeriana in 1154 was a momentous occasion. It represented the pinnacle of medieval geographical knowledge. For the next 3 centuries, it would remain the most advanced and reliable work of its kind in the world. Sadly, the magnificent silver disc itself is lost to history. It was likely destroyed in the civil unrest that followed King Roger's death. However, the knowledge it contained was not lost. Al-Idrisi had created several copies of his book, the Nuzhat al-Mushtaq. 10 of these manuscript copies survive to this day, preserving his monumental work. These copies contain the detailed information and the sectional illustrations from the original project. The legacy of Al-Idrisi and the Tabula Rogeriana is immense. It marked a pivotal moment in the history of science and exploration. The work demonstrated the power of cross-cultural collaboration and empirical research. It challenged the boundaries of the known world and inspired future generations of explorers. Al-Idrisi's commitment to accuracy and critical thinking set a new standard for geographers. His work was a bridge between the ancient world and the Renaissance. It preserved and expanded upon the knowledge of the Greeks and Romans. It also laid the groundwork for the great voyages of discovery that would follow centuries later. The story of the Tabula Rogeriana is a testament to the patronage of a visionary ruler. It is also the story of a brilliant scholar's lifelong dedication to knowledge. In the halls of Palermo, 2 great minds from different worlds came together. They shared a common goal: to understand and document the world in its entirety. Their collaboration produced one of the most significant intellectual achievements of the Middle Ages. The Tabula Rogeriana remains a powerful symbol of a time when science and culture flourished. It reminds us of the enduring human quest for knowledge and understanding. The world Al-Idrisi described was one of incredible diversity and interconnectedness. He wrote of the customs of the people of the Sudan and the trade of the Rus. He described the cold, northern lands of Scandinavia and the islands of the Indian Ocean. His work was a window into a world that was far more connected than many believed. The project was a massive intelligence-gathering operation, funded by a state. King Roger II understood that knowledge of the world was a form of power. Knowing the trade routes, the resources, and the politics of other lands was a strategic advantage. Al-Idrisi's work was, in essence, a royal encyclopedia for a king with global ambitions. The geographer's role was not just academic. It was deeply tied to the interests of the state. This fusion of science and power was a hallmark of Roger II's sophisticated court. Al-Idrisi continued to live and work in Sicily for the rest of his life. He passed away in 1165, leaving behind a legacy that would endure for centuries. His name became synonymous with the golden age of Arab geography. The Tabula Rogeriana, even in its lost silver form, captures the imagination. It represents a bold attempt to grasp the world in its totality. The project's methodology was as important as its final product. The insistence on empirical evidence and cross-verification was revolutionary for its time. It was a departure from the reliance on ancient texts alone. Al-Idrisi and Roger II were pioneers of a more modern, scientific approach to knowledge. Their work highlights the intellectual vibrancy of the 12th century Mediterranean. It was a world where scholars could move freely between Christian and Islamic lands. This exchange of ideas was the fertile ground from which the Tabula Rogeriana grew. The book itself contains fascinating details about daily life in the 12th century. It describes the products traded in various markets, from silks to spices. It notes the different languages spoken and the religions practiced in each region. It even provides estimates of distances between cities, crucial for travelers and merchants. Al-Idrisi's work was a practical guide as much as it was a scholarly treatise. The influence of the Tabula Rogeriana can be seen in the works of later geographers. It was studied and copied for generations, its data informing new creations. Even with its southern orientation, the information it contained was universally valuable. The project was a monumental feat of organization and administration. Managing a team of researchers and scribes for 15 years was a challenge in itself. The final assembly of the book and the silver disc required the highest levels of craftsmanship. The court of Roger II was one of the few places in the world where such a project could be realized. His wealth, power, and intellectual curiosity were the essential ingredients. The story serves as a powerful example of the benefits of enlightened patronage. Without Roger II's vision, Al-Idrisi's genius might not have found such a grand expression. The geographer himself acknowledged his debt to the king in the book's introduction. He praised the king's love of learning and his unwavering support for the project. Partnership between the Christian king and the Muslim scholar was a beacon of tolerance. In an age often marked by conflict, their collaboration was a remarkable exception. It demonstrated that the pursuit of knowledge could transcend religious and political divides. The intellectual atmosphere of Palermo was unique in 12th century Europe. It was a place where different traditions could meet and enrich one another. The Tabula Rogeriana is the most famous product of this cultural fusion. Al-Idrisi's work was not without its limitations, based on the knowledge of his time. The Americas and Australia, for example, were completely unknown to him. However, for the world that he knew, his work was unparalleled. He corrected many of Ptolemy's errors regarding the size of the Mediterranean. He provided a more accurate depiction of the Indian Ocean and the lands surrounding it. His description of the British Isles was the most detailed of its time. The book even contains references to the production of pasta in Sicily, a fascinating cultural detail. These small details bring the world of the 12th century to life. They show that Al-Idrisi was interested in more than just coastlines and mountains. He was a student of human geography, of culture, and of society. The loss of the original silver disc is a great tragedy for the history of art. But the survival of the book is a triumph for the history of science. The Book of Roger continues to fascinate scholars and the public alike. It is a reminder of a time when the world seemed both vast and newly within reach. The collaboration in Sicily produced a work that was truly ahead of its time. It was a project of breathtaking ambition and flawless execution. The legacy of Al-Idrisi is not just in his book, but in his method. His dedication to truth and accuracy remains an inspiration for all who seek knowledge. The Tabula Rogeriana is more than a lost artifact. It is a timeless story of discovery,